What about a personal prayer language? Okay, so when it comes to speaking in tongues, there are two kinds, and mostly what I've talked about is the gift of tongues that comes with interpretation, found in this passage. It's a partnership gifting where one person speaks a language they do not understand, and it could be an earthly language or even an angel language, but and it comes with someone else able to interpret, or that person asks for the interpretation themselves. That's all biblical. Now, what is personal prayer language? This is a common practice for Pentecostals, and it is something that I looked into because when it first happened to me, I was concerned because, like, hey, well, what if I'm faking? What if other people are faking? Well, first off, if other people are faking, don't worry about them, worry about yourself. But when it comes to looking into this, it seems quite clear that there is another level to it. So, if we look in 1 Corinthians 14, verse 14 and 15, Paul tells us, "For if I pray in a tongue, my spirit prays, but my mind is unfruitful. What am I to do? I will pray with my spirit, but I will pray with my mind also. I will sing praise with my spirit, but I will sing with my mind also." Now, if we take just verse 15, we could say, oh, well, he's just talking about singing and praying with your heart. But no, what's the preceding verse? It says, "For if I pray in a tongue, if I pray in a language, my spirit prays, but my mind is unfruitful." My mind's not doing anything. That's the thing. The mind is blank. The spirit is praying. It's your inner man praying to God. That's what the personal prayer language is. Paul is specifically talking about that. It is a biblical practice. And so he says, I will do both. I'm going to pray and I'm going to sing. We can sing in the Spirit too. I've heard people do it, and it's quite beautiful, especially if they're gifted to sing. If you're not gifted to sing, it's only so beautiful. Let's just be honest about that. But let me tell you a story about that too. So, a church that I attended for a long time, still good friends, they have a deaf church, a church just full of deaf people. They have their own body, their own congregation, and they meet at the same time as the rest of the church. And they do join for big events with interpretation, of course, but that way they can be with their peers and they can have their own kind of service and enjoy it. Well, the deaf pastor, he's not deaf, but he pastors to them. He told me an interesting story. He's always been involved with the deaf community, and he was actually at a conference that was geared towards their community, and he heard somebody singing in a language he didn't understand, but it was beautiful singing. So he walked up to the person, and when they were done singing, he said, the pastor said, "But that was beautiful." And the guy just started signing at him because he didn't know what he said. And so he signed to him what he was trying to say, and the deaf guy said, "I have no idea what I was singing. I'm just singing in the Spirit." So, believe it or not, it is a biblical practice, and a lot of us do it. Don't worry about what others do. Worry about what God wants you to do.